Hello, everybody, and a good day to you all. The day after my Adventures with Superman, season number 1, episode number 1, and episode number 2. Both episodes are called Adventures of a Normal Man, part 1 and part 2. In these two episodes here, we're getting to know who Clark is. We get to understand to learn where he comes from, and you also watch him on his journey to becoming Superman, and also discovering himself and his powers. Because the show starts off with him as a child, and they don't show him crash landing on Earth. They don't show him that stuff. And they show him as a child playing outside with a kite. Kite gets stuck in a tree. He's trying to get it. He has no powers. He can't. He has no powers. And then he sees a mother and child and a mother have a car accident, and his instincts kick in, and his powers kick in, and he saves it. But the way they go about showing his powers kicking in is very anime inspired. This show's very anime inspired. His eyes glow, and like the sparks start shining around him, like he's going Super Saiyan, and he just takes off and he saves the day. And then you see him discovering what he's capable of doing, and then you see him as an adult. He looks like he's still pretty young, maybe like early 20s, and he's an intern. And not only he's an intern, but Lois and Jimmy are all interning at the Daily Planet, and you see on their road on their journey becoming like who they're supposed to be, like Clark and Lois become reporters, Jimmy becoming a photographer, and you see their friendship and their bond, and watching them grow together. And you also having Clark still not knowing where he comes from, because you have a flashback of him as a child. And the interesting thing about this, though, a lot of the time when they show Jor-El, he always speaks English. When he comes out, he comes out speaking like, Clark, I'm your father, and this is blah 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 blah. But this time they have him speaking pure Kryptonian, and Clark doesn't understand nothing that he's saying, there's intimidating big guy that starts talking to him, and if he's very demanding, he's freaking him out. He doesn't know what's going on, and so as a child, it scares him to go into the ship. He doesn't want to know. He said, maybe I don't want to know, because maybe if I find out something, it's probably not going to be good. But as he gets older, he starts realizing, oh, I have to know where I come from. I had to face my fears, and I got to find out what's happening in here. What's happening with me? What's going on with me? Why I am the way I am, as well. Because as a child, he is taught that he is an alien. He comes from outer space. He just doesn't know the extent of what happened on why he's here. And you see when you see him talking to his computer generated father, and first you got the whole language gap that's going on between them, and but the desperation of wanting to know where he comes from. And you also see the AI reacting to him, saying wanting to help him, but not sure on how to do that as well. But he does it the best way he can. Now, I still don't know exactly what because the thing is, though, the ship does show him things, but at the same time, you don't exactly know what he learned or what he did not learn. And you see his first transformation into becoming Superman, which is very anime inspired as well too. Like it looked like very Sailor Moon how he transformed as well. It's very interesting. But even though this thing is on Adult Swim, it doesn't really feel like an Adult Swim cartoon, because the subject matter they're talking about doesn't seem that adult. It seems like it's really geared towards children, but it's also maybe a young adult. You can still enjoy it as well too, because the action scenes look pretty good. The animation is fantastic as well too, and the characters still feel like the characters. This feels like Clark, and when he's Superman, feel like Superman. And even though when he is Superman, he's not fully at his peak just yet. He's still discovering his power. You see having him have his first battle in here, and you see the struggle that he has to try to save the day and help out people as well. Very interesting. And you also got Lois, even though Lois and Jimmy are they're all younger. They look like they're all around the same age. They still feel like the characters that you all know and love, that you have seen throughout majority of your life. They don't feel different. They may be younger, but they still feel the exact same. The animation style I really did enjoy. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of Voltron, of that style. It looked like they took that style and they put it in here as well too. And it's very colorful and very bright and very as well. And the voice acting, they do an amazing job. You got Jack Quaid doing the voice of Clark Kent, and you got Alice Lee doing the voice of Lois Lane, and you got Ishmael Shaheed doing the voice of Jimmy Olsen. And I think all the voices seem to match the characters beautifully, and the chemistry between the characters is done quite nicely as well too. You also seeing a beautiful starting love story between Clark and Lois. Both of them are like kind of crushing on each other, but they're not quite haven't quite said anything just quite yet. You see seeing that relationship grow as well, and then there has been no sign of Lex Luthor or anybody else like that of yet. But so far, I'm enjoying the journey, and I'm enjoying where the story is going, and even it feels good. It's a fun show. You really can everybody can enjoy this. If you love Superman, you like Superman of old. It kind of reminds you a little bit of that, but also feels new and fresh at the same time as well too. How they change certain things. Like I said, when they showed Jor-El, he looked nothing like any version of Jor-El I've seen before. Usually Jor-El, because Jor-El is the scientist. He's the scientist of Krypton. But this Jor-El looks more like a warrior. Now, I don't know if they're going to go to the scientist route here, because, yeah, longer hair, he had a beard, he missing an eye, and I just, what is happening? First off, who is this? Is that Jor-El? Wow, he looks more like Odin than the classic Jor-El. Because usually the classic Jor-El had the clean cut haircut, cleanly shaven, had the fancy dress thing on. He looked like okay, scientist guy. But this Jor-El looks like he's straight out of battle. So looking forward to see how they're going to incorporate that into the thing as well. And also interesting how they portray the ship, because it seems like more like his Fortress of Solitude, but he hasn't gone to the Antarctica yet. So the ship is still in Smallville, but they had the ship seem like it's expanding and growing as well, which is also a very interesting take on that as well. So like I said, they do slightly a different thing that feels very anime, but also do a lot of other things that feel more like Superman as well too. So they really did bring these two worlds together, and I think they did an amazing job of doing that. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this story is going to go. So far, I'm in. I really am enjoying it, because I was very curious about the show. I heard about it the first time, and I was like this. I was really excited to see this. So now that I watch it, I really enjoy it. Yeah. So far so good. So let's see what happens. See what happens there. So if you have seen these 2 episodes, leave comments down below. Let me know what you thought about them. If you haven't seen it, check it out for yourself. Hopefully you watch it, you would enjoy having watching it too. So give my channel a like, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really do appreciate it. Also, links down below. Connect to my social media when I follow me there. I really do appreciate that as well too. And also to my stores where I sell things with shirts and socks, everything else and whatnot. See some stuff, buy some stuff. I really do appreciate it. This is one of my shirts right here. This is my I Am a NinjaRabbit shirt. And many others as well. See some stuff about some stuff. I really would appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dreams and my life, I am the NinjaRabbit. Peace out, people.